Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the biggest tech online argument of the year. It's time. I took that directly from a Reddit comment about the smartphone awards, but it is super accurate, so shout out to iron_quirk. Smartphone awards are out. I gave my favorite and best and worst and most notable smartphones from 2025. I'm going to go through them all. And maybe if you guys have alternate opinions or thoughts on my awards, obviously some of you guys helped chip in and we discussed these all kind of as a group. So some of you probably already got your thoughts in. But for the pod, we can go over each of the awards, which one won, and some thoughts and some arguments that happened online about them.
Yeah, afterwards I took some of the most common comments and arguments I saw.
I'm glad you did that.
Let's go through the list first.
All right, let's start. Let's just go in the order of the show. For the beginning, best big phone, Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. Huge 6.9-inch display. When are we going to get a 7-inch screen on a phone? We're probably pretty close to that, but 6.9 inches is like as good as it gets without being a tablet. And it had everything. It had the Snapdragon 8 Elite. It had the 7,500 milliamp hour silicon carbon battery. It had all the specs. It had the triple 50 megapixel cameras. And then around the back, it also had a 3-inch full brightness, 120 hertz corner-to-corner screen on the camera bump. And it was actually very useful.
Crazy.
Super fast charging, 22.5 watt wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. Hilarious. Just a complete use of space. No argument. Everyone agrees.
Just like their car. They just went way too hard.
That's actually kind of true.
Wait, was this the one that had the reverse wireless charging at 22?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's so
faster
funny.
than any phones charge with a wire.
Yeah.
Faster than some battery banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, very valid. I don't think there's anything close. Am I crazy? I gave a runner-up to, I mentioned the Oppo Find X9 Pro because it also had a lot of this stuff. Just the screen on the back was what separated the Xiaomi. So.
Right. Because technically, if you count the total screen real estate, it's basically 7 inches.
That's what I was thinking.
true.
Like,
Fair enough.
Screen to body ratio. If we were going back to those days,
120%.
like, what do we start adding this to?
120%.
Well, it's funny actually. When we had that, remember the concept phone that had a screen that wrapped around the
That was
back?
Xiaomi, right?
Yeah, it was Xiaomi.
It probably was Xiaomi.
It was the Mi Mix
Ultra, I think it was called.
Mi Mix
right?
Alpha?
Alpha.
Alpha, I
Oh.
think.
Alpha.
Yeah, I think they did quote a number for the screen to body ratio for that phone.
Really?
And I don't remember what it
200%?
was, but it was definitely over 100%.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was best big phone of the year. Now, best small phone of the year is where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Because, well, we used to give this award to like a 5.8-inch screen size phone. And then that was the Zen phone that went extinct. So then we started giving it to like 6.1-inch phones. Last year it was this iPhone 16, I think. 6.1-inch phone. This year it's like all the small phones are not like incredible anymore, and they're all getting bigger. And there's just one type of phone that preserves like some element of small phone-ness, and that is the flip phones.
Yeah.
And specifically the Z Flip 7 this year with its like full corner-to-corner 4-inch cover screen was more usable than ever as like a take it out of my pocket, use it, put it back in, and never open the phone. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to reward that as like the best of a compact phone experience because you can still open it and use it as a 6.9 flagship, fine. But it was more usable than ever as a closed phone, and that's why it's the small phone of the year.
That's what this should have been this whole time.
I've been fighting for this for a long time, but I'll agree. I think this is the most deserving since.
It has gotten runner-ups before and honorable mentions.
I think considering they finally added basically the full screen to the front, and in a year specifically where people are doing anything to not use their phone, like using Apple Watches as their phone in a little case, or, you know, just like finding other ways to be able to be in communication with people while not looking at their phone, I think a phone that you do not have to open if you don't want to is a very good small phone awardee.
The reason I always felt like this one should have won small phone is because if you ask people why they got that phone, it's because it folds into something smaller. Yes, it unfolds into a bigger screen, but that's not why they got it.
I always mention that because it was like, yes, it folds smaller, but like that's not while you're using it. So I didn't reward it for that. I was like, yeah, you're using a huge phone and then you fold it up smaller and put it away. So it wasn't until you really could use it small that I like flipped that switch. Get it?